Hello and welcome to the Official Talk BGKY podcast. I'm Kevin Lashley, your host for today, and with me is, some would say my better half, is Heather Lashley. So with that being said, I'm going to ask you a few questions today, if that's okay, concerning your job and just some areas that you all as a department and as a division are involved in. So first and foremost, how long have you been with the City of Bowling Green?
Good morning, Kevin. So I've been with the City of Bowling Green since September of 2021. I started with the Division of Code Compliance. We are under the umbrella of Neighborhood and Community Services here for the City of Bowling Green.
All right, so before you came to the City of Bowling Green, what was you doing before then?
I worked at Western Kentucky University before coming to the city. I worked in one of the offices there, and I also taught public speaking part-time.
So this interview should be no problem with you with your public speaking background. So currently, you may have just said it, but what is your current job title?
I'm Code Compliance Officer with the Code Compliance Division and Animal Protection with the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
So with that being said, what is your division's role or even your role in particular for the city?
The Code Compliance Division, we strive to safeguard the health, welfare, and safety of the citizens of Bowling Green by upholding property maintenance requirements. We identify and inspect unsafe, unsanitary, and substandard housing and nuisance property. Daily, we help to maintain, preserve, and enhance the quality of life in our wonderful city. And of course, as we all know, well-maintained neighborhoods, commercial properties, and ag properties within the city help make Bowling Green the best place for us to live, work, and play.
I know some people may not agree with you all and what you all do as far as the rules and regulations. But as a whole, I guess you could say, it does at least make the city look better as far as appearance and just people wanting to be here because of the beauty of the city and the beautification part of it, I guess, that you all play a part in as well.
It does, and I know that you've been a lifelong resident of Bowling Green, Warren County, too, and we do. I mean, and I may be a little bit partial and biased, and we have one of the most beautiful cities in the country. And, you know, even when I travel away from home for a little while, I like to always come back home because there's no place like Bowling Green and Warren County in this beautiful place that we live in. But we also take the opportunity to make sure other neighbors take pride in their properties as well. It's not just us enforcing and, you know, being mean or anything. We just want everyone to have beautiful homes, be proud of their properties like we are, and just go to every length to make sure that they have the beautiful homes that they work so hard to pay for and take care of. So we just want to kind of be in the background to help them achieve that as well.
So having to go to say maybe businesses or residents or apartments, whatever you want to say, are you all given the opportunity to work with other departments throughout the city?
We are, and it's kind of ironic and great. We're here together today. We work closely with the fire department. For example, if there is a fire and there's structural damage to the property, we have a hand in that, of course, after the situation happens, and just working with the property owner to, obtain the proper permits that they need for getting the structure rebuilt and going so they can make the repairs necessary for their property. And we work with you all. We work with the police department very closely, Public Works, the folks here at City Hall, the wonderful folks here, parks. We, work with everyone, and we love that. We have a great working relationship with all the other departments, and they know that they can call on us anytime if they need our help or assistance. So that's very important to us, having a really good working relationship with the other city departments as well.
All right, so the city itself, I won't say they actually host, or they may, but they allow events to take place throughout the year, different times of the year, different holidays. And I know as the fire department, we attend some of those. But do you all have the opportunity, or what are some of the events that you all may, or activities that you all may participate or partake in?
We do have a lot of great programs, and lets us get out into the community and meet our neighbors and educate them and help them as well. One thing we have coming up this spring and late summer, we have something we do called a cooperative zone program, and we provide free services to remove code violations in designated neighborhoods. Residents have a whole week to take advantage of these free services, and we give residents an opportunity to remove these code violations free of charge before receiving a notice of violation from our office. Some examples are junk cars, tires, smaller scrap metal materials, landscape debris, smaller dilapidated outbuildings if they wish for them to be removed. And to kind of give the property owners the heads up, a co-op program starting, we send letters notifying the owners about a week prior to the beginning of the service date so they can, either set out their materials to be picked up, let their tenants know about the service, and can set the things out to the curb so the people that we work with can go by and pick up those violations and provide that service free of charge to them. I want to mention some of the other common code violations, another education opportunity here that we see. Parking in yards in the city, parking on sidewalks, a big one that's coming up, overgrown grass season is coming up. I know you started mowing our yard yesterday, so people are going to start mowing, making their yards really, really, really nice and pretty. Inoperable junk vehicles, exterior use of indoor furniture, missing inadequate address numbers. Always make sure you have address numbers on your house because, like Kevin in the fire department, police department, if anyone ever needs to get to you, they need to be able to see your address so they can get there and help and provide the services that you may need. And some other things, broken, boarded up windows, scattered garbage, accumulated rubbish, leaving garbage bins at the curb on days other than collection days, landscape debris, including tree debris and construction material just laying unused and on the grounds of the property, tires laying on the outside of the property, illegal signs in the right-of-way, and off-premise advertising. Those are some of the common code violations that we see here in the city. Another, substandard housing. We do get calls. We receive complaint calls from tenants, and we must inspect and ensure safe and sanitary housing for the tenants. And we work with them as well, and property owners as the owners of those apartments or homes as well. But again, I just want to emphasize when there are code violations, our top goal is to achieve volunteer compliance from the property owners to remedy these violations. We want to work with tenants, property owners, and give them the opportunity to remedy these violations. So in the future, we'll have a good working relationship with them, and they'll kind of be educated on as to what are code violations and how they need to keep their properties in tip-top shape. So we just this week, there was a gentleman that I saw parked in his yard. He pulled in his yard, and I rolled down the window and I said hi. And, just a reminder, in the city, you can't park in your yard. So, he and I had a good talk, and now he knows that was a code violation. He can't continue to do that. But not only that, word of mouth to his other neighbors. But we also, I know you alluded to the fact a few minutes ago, people might not or may think that we're mean sometimes, but we also take every opportunity we can to educate and help and make sure people know the codes in the city so they can adhere to those. The co-op, like I said, is coming up this spring. We'll have neighborhoods throughout the spring that we'll do these co-op zones and offer these free services to. Later in the summer, we'll have other neighborhoods, but again, the owners will be notified. Something else exciting that we have been working with the past 2 years, Chewy. I know if we have pets, we're all familiar with Chewy. They have made generous donations to the city of Bowling Green, and Code Compliance and Animal Protection. We've been able to distribute those free pet supplies out to the community, so that's been awesome. They did that last year. We got another generous donation again this year. We're passing those supplies out now, so that's been awesome to get to help the families and their pets. And of course, you and I have pets, so we know that we love them, and those supplies have been great to get out there and to help people with beds and potty pads, gates, crates are some of the things we've been been able to pass out. So that's been exciting for us to do.
So it sounds like the department is busy, but it seems like it picks up a little more this time of year just due to the season change and people being outdoors more. So with that being said, is there any last comments or things that you would like to share before we close?
Probably the most important and fun thing about my job, I love getting out in the community every day, meeting people, working with people. I know all of my colleagues in my office do as well. So, when you see us, we usually wave and smile, and that's how we are. We want to work with you. We want to just work with you all together just to keep our beautiful city the way it is, and for people to want to live here and to raise their families here. And, I think ultimately we all have the same goal, and we look forward to working with everyone and seeing everyone out and about. And if you ever have questions or ever need us or, just want to talk through things with us, don't hesitate to give us a call. We're very transparent. We love to talk to our neighbors, so feel free to reach out to our office at any time, and we'll be happy to talk with you.
Good deal. Well, thank you for sharing that information and a little bit about yourself and this particular department of our city. And with nothing else, again, thank you, and we look forward to people hearing this.
Thank you for having me here today, and I've looked forward to it, and I've been excited about working with you on this podcast as well.
So you've been listening to the Official Talk BGKY podcast.